This NFL DFS Picks Super Wildcard Weekend edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Draft now or play Underdogs. Pick them for a chance to win 100x. Promo code SGPN to UnderdogFantasy.com for a 100% deposit match. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. We're also brought to you by Cut. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's U.S.-based and legal in 40 states. Head to cut.com, that's KUTT.com, and use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. We're also brought to you by the SGPN NFL Playoff Challenge, sponsored by Edge Boost. Free to enter, and $20,000 in Edge Boost deposit bonuses up for grabs. Enter today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NFL Playoff.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Mustache Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Well, greetings to all my people.
Right. Can you do the Italian fingers
What do you mean?
we get a? You know what the Italian fingers
okay.
are. Come on.
All right, all right. So fun story.
Chef Boyardee.
I'm doing the damage, and the little one, no joke, immediately goes for the racial slander.
Really?
Daddy, you look just like Mario. At least you didn't say Luigi.
Yeah, I was gonna. I definitely say Mario. Maybe a little Chef Boyardee in there. Feel free.
Someone said the middle guy on the Pep Boys logo.
Well, I think that was my dad because I forget how it came up when I was back home for the holidays. I'm watching the Eagles-Giants game with my wife, and I'm like, I forgot to tell you, I have this mustache bet on the line, Dallas Goedert versus the Giants tight end. And she's like, I didn't clear this. So I'm like, well, too late. We already made the bet. You're definitely invested in this. And so she was, gave her a little sweat there, sweating out, not me having to have a mustache. But it looks sharp, Brian. It looks fierce because your beard was so crazy strong. The contrast is.
I mean, if you've ever met my father, I definitely was blessed with the genetics to grow a mustache, so there is that. But you know what the weird part is I'm constantly forgetting it's there. And someone gives me a look, and then I realize, all right. And we walked into the beautiful Wynn studio, and the guys behind the glass just acted as if everything was normal. What is this? This looks normal to you?
It happened a couple times on the trip out to Las Vegas. We, of course, are broadcasting live from the Blue Wire studios at the Wynn. A couple times just looking over at Ryan going like, wait, who is that guy?
I mean, look, at the end of the day, you didn't think I was going to actually do it in a timely manner. You're
known for being a procrastinator, Ryan. So I was worried you might hem and haw, it might take a little while.
For those in the storage world, eventually consistent. I get there. Important things get done. This was important. I wanted to make sure it expired right after the Super Bowl.
Steffi Smalls saying Italian Borat vibes.
Really?
Yes.
Is that a compliment? I feel like Borat is not a look that is like, hey, that Borat was sexy.
I mean, Borat works. Borat because it's such a strong, thick mustache.
I mean, I can appreciate. There is a certain.
You could call it a push broom.
There is a compliment here in that obviously people are starting to see and respect the amount of just pure testosterone that courses through my veins at all times. But I will say this is version 1.
Okay.
We will have a constant evolution. I figured I did make a no soul patch rule, so we'll probably nothing, no dangly hairs beneath the lip. But maybe a handlebar grows in. Who knows? Maybe we get wild. Maybe we trim it up a little narrower. We don't go all the way Jordan, but we see what it feels like to have a little narrow scape.
Well, Ryan, you got to be careful because if you start trimming down the sides, I don't know when it starts, the Jordan mustache, but there's a certain point where people are going to ask some questions about certain political events.
Kramer is a German name.
I know. You got to be careful, Ryan. Oh, man. It is a beautiful mustache. Of course, if you're not on youtube.com/sportsgamblingpodcast, that subscribe button, get in over there. Yes, we're out here in Las Vegas doing the DFS show live from the Wynn, and then we're going to be heading over to the Circa to do our VSiN show, 9 o'clock Pacific, midnight East.
And you're going to want to tune in because if this isn't just a pure preview. I haven't been done up.
Ryan did say he had an outfit to go with the mustache.
I mean, all right,
I don't know what that means. He's wearing black dress pants, or those black
they're
dress
black jeans, but I'm wearing black pants. I typically just wear jeans, so the whole situation. Hopefully, we don't miss out on Derek getting to see this for the first time. Apparently, he's questionable for the appearance, but I do think I would like to get ribbed by Derek. With the mustache. What do you like? I would imagine he'll look at me puzzled.
Sorry, when I hear ribbed, we are out in Vegas.
I want a dick rubbed on me tonight.
That was of course, the genesis of that clip.
I'm starting to admire my own facial hair.
Don't get lost in the stash. Ryan, we got a lot to get to. We got our DFS lineup for Super Wild Card Weekend. Of course, if you're listening to this before Saturday kicks off, you still have time to get in the SGPN Playoff Challenge. Of course, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NFL Playoff to enter. $20,000 in Edge Boost credits up for grabs. Top 3 get $2,500. Next 25 get $500. So free to enter. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NFL Playoff. It's a bankroll style challenge. A lot of fun. Cannot wait to get to that. And Little C's. It is Super Wild Card Weekend, which means a perfect time to order up some Little C's. Get some of that delicious pretzel crust. I mean, Ryan, you walk in there. If you walk into a Little C's right now, they're going to probably give you protection money. They probably assume you're there trying to shake them down. But no, great Italians know and great Americans know Little C's is where you go for the pizza, especially if you want the official pizza of the NFL. Imagine eating pizza that wasn't officially licensed by the NFL. I don't even want to do that. Not on Super Wild Card Weekend. Get that pretzel crust. You can get it delivered or our in-store pizza portal pickup. Grab some friends and enjoy a few slices during the game. Little Caesars Pizza. Last but not least, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs, is bringing you an offer that will help make the playoffs electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Ryan, we're already seeing some line movement over on DraftKings, the Sportsbook. We're going to be talking about the DFS product here in a second, but the Sportsbook right now, Texans are down to +2. Dolphins, I was seeing some 5s floating around. Steelers down to 9. Maybe it was my super sharp handicap of the Steelers. Shout out to Bills Nation, already in my mentions. How dare you take the Steelers and the points? Of course, DraftKings Sportsbook. Use that promo code SGP. Get the bonus bets only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code SGP. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-9787, ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. 21 plus. Age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/football for eligibility deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gambling resources. Kramer, let's get to it. Let's talk DFS.
You also just called them Bills Nation. They're not going to be happy with that either. I think they're going to come after you. I don't know why you're driving. They're going to be negative reviews. We're getting at least one negative review because you're going after Bills Mafia for some reason. And, Sean, only one person pointing out that I look creepy. So I'm going to say this is a plus EV spot I'm in. Hopefully I'll find a good out, maybe a hedge opportunity. All right, I got 2 options, Sean. We're playing the full slate. I really wish DraftKings would not be cowards and just make this the pure millie maker. No one wants to play a 2-game slate or a 3-game slate or a showdown. Just put them all together. It's the playoffs. 6-game slates are perfect. Sean, do you want a C.J. Stroud lineup or do you want a Baker Mayfield lineup?
No. Well, I mean, Baker Mayfield, Ryan. You're throwing money out the window with that thing. I'll let the chat.
It's a double bring back.
Olin Johnson saying Stafford lineup, exclamation point. I do have I like Stafford as a lineup as well. I have a Hurts lineup I'm going to be giving out here, but it's not like a crazy Eagles lineup. A lot of it's kind of a simple Eagles lineup and then some stacks on top of it. Why don't you give out your CJ Stroud lineup since you're so rock hard for CJ Stroud?
CJ Stroud. All right, we'll do a CJ Stroud line. I do think this is the game. Like we talked about how we jinxed the game. Because this and the Lions-Rams game, everyone's talking about how many points and how much scoring and yardage and props and whatever, and I can't see a reason not. But generally, those things happen. Or we could see the reverse. One of these ugly bad weather games. One, the weather's going to be okay, or there's randomly going to be a bunch of scoring in that game. I don't know how it's going to happen. I've just been gambling for a really long time. The fact that we're getting 80-90% of the handle on the under means one of those games is going to go bonkers. So stay tuned. And Joel the Don saying, don't forget Old Man Flacco. Ryan, maybe we should we'll knock out our individual ones. We probably have time to knock out a group lineup. Maybe a group Stafford one, a group Flacco. I mean, building a DFS lineup with a stash like this behind state lines, they're going
to come for
the
us.
ATF might show up. All right, CJ Stroud, first game of the weekend at home, playoff debut, division-winning rookie quarterback, 6,800 against the Browns. We saw Ward knee injury at practice. Apparently he got back out there. Apparently the first reports of him getting back out there were somewhat false. He wasn't really doing reps. Again, some player comments make it seem like he's definitely questionable, and even if he plays, he's very high risk of re-injury. So, that being said, even without it, the way Joe Flacco and the Browns are playing, they're going to push anyone if this does turn into a game or Houston can get out first. So, CJ Stroud 6,800, kind of I was thinking about my cash lineup, and I was trying to figure out where I was going to go, and I keep coming back to this game. I just want a lot of action in this game. I would bet this game scores more points than the Rams-Lions.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's
the more that I think about it.
Well, and I don't know. I would still go Rams-Lions just because, as you pointed out, these teams have played each other. Maybe they know some of their tendencies. But, yeah, I mean, what does DraftKings have their totals at? So Houston Browns 44.5, and then the Rams Lions 51.5.
It's a full touchdown higher. I like the idea of getting in. It's the third highest total this Cleveland Houston game, and you know what? I've kind of talked myself into. I got to get a future on the highest scoring game of the weekend.
Ooh, what do you think? What do you think that pays? Like 4 to?
Well, they're third. So their third highest total.
Plus 250.
Maybe. I mean, you have two totals that are a touchdown higher. It's probably even longer than that.
All right. Yeah, maybe we can pull up some of those props later. For me, Jalen Hurts. Let's go, baby. Of course, I'm going to give out a Jalen Hurts lineup, getting some rushing touchdowns against that Tampa Bay defense. They're going to be able to move the ball on this team. And, yeah, I'm not going crazy with the stacks, but, yeah, give me Jalen Hurts in an ugly sloppy game, getting some touchdowns. He had 5 rushing touchdowns last year in the playoffs. I think he has at least 2 in this game. Give me Jalen Hurts.
Also had 3 in one game.
Yeah.
Worth noting.
So is that good or bad?
It's good.
Okay. I think it's good.
And the weather, it doesn't seem like this is going to be the weather game we had heard. It might be.
Stay tuned.
I don't think it's going to be, based on the weather reports I've seen. All right. So 6-1 is that price for them to be the highest scoring game, by the way.
Oh,
Sean.
okay.
So
Nice.
A little juicier than you had initially suggested. All right, running back. I'm going to eat some chalk here because you know I'm an Aaron Jones guy. I love the Aaron Jones props this week. He's 6,300, pairs so nicely with a defensive stack later on. And I think whether or not they're playing with a lead, playing from behind, Aaron Jones certainly going to be used early and often. A.J. Dillon going to be playing. I think, though, it's playoff time. You see teams kind of narrow the distribution of where the targets and touches go. So big game. We see Aaron Jones. I mean, he finished the season 3 straight games of just incredible output workload, bell cow stuff, 6,300 discount here.
Yeah, I'm all in on Aaron Jones as well. I think that's their path to victory, pounding the rock with Aaron Jones. Maybe get him involved in the receiving game as well. If you look back to last year when the Packers beat the Cowboys, now granted this wasn't Green Bay, slightly different team, but still, Aaron Jones, 24 carries, 138 yards, a touchdown. Then you add on 2 catches for 18 yards. I think you can run on this Cowboys team, and I think they're really going to pound the rock. And Aaron Jones leading the league in rushing yards since Week 14. He's been getting a ton of volume. I know A.J. Dillon's back, but you're not taking away from the bell cow back of Aaron Jones. So, yeah, give me Aaron Jones, 6,300 all day.
Not that it matters, but he did play college at UTEP. So.
Ooh. Alex Lopez saying State Patrol stash.
I did say I felt like I looked like the kind of the more straight guy from Super Troopers, but he has that real strong stash. I could see that. Give me some aviators, some sort of sheriff's uniform. I could pull it off. Want to go pull some people over, Sean?
Yeah, sure.
Excuse me, sir. Meow.
Meow, meow, meow. Omar saying you kind of sound like Bob from Bob's Burgers. So I love the picks and the insight.
I sound like or I look like?
Oh, maybe both.
The voice mustache pairing is making you think of a burger from Bob's.
I definitely, you know what? Bob's Burgers, Bob from Bob's Burgers, definitely the winner for me so far. It's just because it's such a long, dark, thick mustache.
I mean, again, these all feel like compliments.
Yeah. No, I mean, Bob's Burger, great show, Ryan. Congrats. What's your second running back? We both have Aaron Jones.
Oh, okay. You had all these great nuggets about him. I didn't know that you were stealing my lineup. He does feel like he's going to be incredibly chalky. All right, first stack, give me Devin Singletary.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of was trying to decide if he was going to be chalky or not. If I was building a Flacco lineup, that's probably the way I would bring it back if I was doing a single bring back. I think there's potential for some stuff here. Again, another guy that has, out of the blue, there's definitely some people that should be touting being right about Devin Singletary over Dameon Pierce because he's definitely the guy. And they're using him in the passing game. They're using him in the running game. They're using him in the red zone. They're using him how you'd want your elite running back to be used. So 5,700, another discount here. And I'm just scooping up all the Houston touchdowns on Saturday, Sean.
Brian, what do you think his ownership's going to be in the FFPC? Because I could see if people don't want to use Stroud for their quarterback, I could see a lot of people getting on Singletary.
So I actually think his exposure in something like the FFPC Playoff Challenge, where you only play one quarterback, I think it's harder for people to find it's easy to find your way to Singletary because maybe he loses, you drop a running back, no big deal. I would be surprised if he wasn't like a top 3 guy. I think it's probably Nico Collins, Stroud, and actually probably Schultz, him, and Nico Collins are the 3 most popular Texans. I think less people go Stroud. That's a risky pick. Now, as far as what is the ownership going to look like in this, maybe higher because that price. Let's see. The ETR is projecting 31% ownership. So there you go. That's chalk.
Wait, in the DFS?
In the Millie Make.
Okay.
Well,
this isn't the Millie.
Large ownership or large pool. So I'm firing this in some large pool stuff. This is a main GPP lineup here.
Jaylen Warren heading up to the Buffalo Bills, $5,100. I gave him out on the prop show, over 8.5 carries. I think they're going to give him a ton of work. I mean, if the weather's as bad as they say it is, they're going to have to rely on their running backs. And Jaylen Warren has been super explosive at times. He's broken off some big runs. I think you can use him in the red zone as well. $5,100 for a guy that I think is going to be, Najee is going to get his, but I think Jaylen Warren's not going to be far behind. I think he's going to get 15 touches. So 15 touches, $5,100. Yeah, I like it. Give me Jaylen Warren.
Only projected for 7% ownership right there with Najee Harris. The top of the board for running backs. Pacheco, Singletary, Pollard, kind of on a tier of their own. Then you have Aaron Jones, Kyren Williams.
Wow, Aaron Jones is that far down.
Aaron Jones, Kyren Williams, and Gibbs kind of on a next tier, and then Rachaad White, Cook, Jerome Ford. And then it kind of trickles down to the Steelers running back. So, yeah, I mean, DeAndre Swift, another guy that I didn't mention. He's only projected to get 4.5% ownership. So, interesting pool of running backs. But as we routinely bring up, not the worst position to eat some chalk because you're just, most likely you're buying into a much higher floor ceiling combo. Wide receivers.
And Benedict Dantold pointing out Jaylen Warren did fumble twice, lost a fumble against the Ravens. But I think Tomlin's a guy who's going to clean this up.
There's some fans of my new mustache.
Yeah, what's up, man? Okay, blowing his kisses. Nice.
Oh, yes,
It's definitely for Kramer then.
Well, he sees he's looking for a ride, I think. We haven't announced the price of the mustache ride. So that's coming on the pregame show.
Oh, wow. Maybe raffle it off for charity, Ryan?
Stack number 2?
Yes, what do you got?
I really thought about this part too because I was like, is it too chalky? Again, I don't know how many people are firing Texans doubles in this thing, but maybe they are, and they probably are going to go to Nico Collins. I built it with Schultz, and it was a little bit easier. And so going up in salary, $7K for Nico Collins made the build a little bit different. Maybe that helps make me a little bit more contrarian. And I would feel just incredibly stupid. Nico Collins, $7,000 for an alpha receiver. I don't think he's getting credit for that yet, but he's certainly Nico's guy. And last game, just they opened the game with a 75-yard touchdown. Like, that's the kind of stuff you dream of in this DFS world. So double stack already completed, Sean. C.J. Stroud, Devin Singletary, Nico Collins.
For me, not stacking with my quarterback here, but Cooper Kupp. $7,500 against this Lions defense. I think the Lions are really good at stopping the run. Now, that may completely mess up the Rams offense, but I think the Rams are going to have to throw to keep up. I think you got to like Cooper Kupp in the playoffs against this Lions secondary in a dome. He's got Puka Nacua on his other side, drawing attention there. Stafford's just going to... In the playoffs, you go to the guys you trust. And who does Matt Stafford trust more than Cooper freaking Kupp? He's only $7,500. He's not even in the top 4 of prices. So that to me is a little crazy. So
Love
give me
this
Cooper
play.
Kupp in a dome.
So looking at the receiver ownership, Puka 24%, Cooper Kupp 10%. Wow.
Yeah.
Love getting into that game.
And Ryan, tagging on, I also have Nico Collins because...
Really?
Yeah. Well, mostly I just don't want to hear it from you if Nico Collins goes off. And you're like, I told you, Nico freaking Collins, this guy is an alpha. I don't need that mustache jawing at me without having a little piece of the action on Nico Collins. I do like Nico Collins. I'm with you. I do like this game overall. So Nico Collins at $7,000 does feel like a bargain.
Nico only projected for 17%, so not horrible. Going to wide receiver to another bit of chalk. Amari Cooper, we saw what he did last game. Again, I considered other ways to play this. Do I get cute with Elijah Moore or something on that front? Do I get cute with a running back bring back? No, again, ceiling, Flacco, playoff time. You don't think he's going to throw up some prayers to Amari Cooper? My only hope is I don't get screwed with pass interference yards and things of that nature. So Amari Cooper for my bring back, get it all out of the way early. He's 6,800. And again, I'm surprised. I guess he's going to get some ownership because he's in a game and what he did last time, but. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of don't believe the projections of him getting 25%. That does seem on the high end. Maybe the price allows you to play him, but Amari Cooper is my bring back. So C.J. Stroud double with a Amari Cooper bring back. Your move, Sean.
Kramer, we got a lot more of the lineup left before we get to it. Shout out to Cut. Love Cut. It is the ultimate put your money where your mouth is betting tool here. Love firing up the old Cut. It's a brand new app. And I'm on it right now. I got cash waiting for people to take my Eagles laying 3 points action. If you want the specific link to take the action, I see, Ryan, I've seen all these people talking all this smack about the Philadelphia Eagles, yet no one has claimed my action yet. Maybe they're afraid to put their money where their mouth is. I use that promo code SGPN. When you go to cut.com, you get the 10% bonus. The link to my specific bets over on @Gambling Podcast, but it's great. It's like the ultimate way to settle bets between you and your buddies, your friends, your frenemies, whoever it is, random dude at the bar who just won't shut up. Get them the promo code. You get the deposit bonus, and then go head-to-head. They also have non-sports stuff, politics, pop culture, so a lot of fun stuff. If you want stuff listed on Cut so that you can actually get down on it, hit me up or just go to cut.com, promo code SGPN. Game time. Also, the perfect time to go see a game. We were talking to our Uber driver, Ryan, and he was mentioning how cheap the tickets are for that Chiefs game. I think the get-in price, I haven't looked at it lately, over on Game Time, but very doable. I think it's like $49, and you get $20 off if you're signing up for the first time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code SGPN for $20 off your first purchase. You got the low price guarantee. Terms apply. Again, create the account, redeem the code SGPN for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Kramer, who is your third receiver?
Well, I was always going to play Josh Reynolds this week. 3,800. Understand Laporta is practicing. He'll be out there.
Wait, you think Laporta's going to play?
That's what he practiced.
Okay.
They're saying they're optimistic. He was quote practice without limitations, whatever that meant.
Look, I had him totally out. Now maybe these drafts where I accidentally drafted him aren't dead, Ryan.
It does seem like he's going to get out there. And Jameson Williams coming back, but I still like that connection between Josh Reynolds, Jared Goff. It's also a Josh Reynolds revenge spot. He's 3,800. I have the touchdown ladder fired off. 3 touchdowns, 120 to 1. You can thank me later. You can also just play the 2 touchdowns. That's fine. So yeah, I was always going to parlay my touchdown ladder on Josh Reynolds into a nice cheap option, getting into the highest total on the board. 3,800, Sean. And by the way, another cheap option would be to play Demarcus Robinson, but it seems like he's like the ultimate cash game. Everyone's on him this week. His price is low, his opportunity's high. It looks like his projected ownership is higher than anyone else on the board, 50%. So
yeah, Benedict Dantle saying Robinson, love him. Yeah, I think CJ was on him for his ladder on the props episode. I certainly, can't make a case against him.
He's 3,600. You don't need, you need what, 10 points for that to pay off? So yeah, it's easy to see why he pops in the optimizers.
I didn't give him, I don't have him in this lineup, but I do think Donovan Peoples-Jones with Khalif Raymond officially out. I gave him out as my ladder. I think he's pretty interesting at 3,000 if you're looking for a cheap piece to round out your lineup. I didn't put him in this one. In this lineup, I'm stacking Jalen Hurts with the big dog himself. Not A.J. Brown, Julio Jones. Julio Jones, $3,900. Now, again, this lineup could be way too cute, but he does seem to have a little chemistry with Julio Jones. He has had a 2-touchdown receiving game with Julio Jones already this season. Julio Jones played in this exact game last year, had a very good game for the Tampa Bay Bucks in a losing effort. But I think Julio, for whatever reason, I like him in this spot. I think they've been using him more and more. And DeMonta Smith is a little banged up. I do think A.J. Brown plays. Maybe he doesn't get his full snap count. Maybe he's not out there the entire time. And it does seem like Julio, if you remember the Monday night game they played earlier in the season, Zacchaeus, you probably remember I gave out that first touchdown, cashed it. You're welcome, America. And Zacchaeus seems to be losing out to Julio Jones. So maybe a Julio Jones first touchdown. I like Julio, $3,900. That's a nice stack piece at a very reasonable price, Ryan.
I do like it. And I would say that my Baker lineup, which is a Baker double, it's a double bring back, and Julio is one of the bring backs. So I got interesting. I got crafty. All right, Sean. Next up, tight end.
Okay. Would you play Sam Laporta in your in a DFS lineup?
It's very expensive.
Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about no ownership, right? Although maybe when he's officially active, he'll catch a ton of ownership. I don't think so. Not if he's expensive.
I wouldn't think so. I think the fact that people have set lineups already with him out.
Yeah.
And the idea that I think a lot of people would probably say, yes, he'll be contrarian, but the chance of him leaving the game, like that's not optimal. So maybe we're not totally in on that. All right, tight end. So I have some interesting decisions here.
Okay.
You know what? I'll stay how I was. Tight end, metaphorically speaking, the man who gave me the mustache. Dallas Goedert, 4,800. He's pretty far down the tight end ownership chart this week. I was a little surprised. My initial instinct, Sean, was fire a double bring back with David Njoku, or Noki, as CJ likes to call him.
David Njoku.
But I saw how high his projected ownership, Sean, which by the way is even higher than Mark. So I thought, well, let me try to sneak into this Eagles-Bucks game with a little game stack. I do think there's going to be possibility for some points. Both secondaries have been beatable. And I also think that with the injuries around this team, as you just highlighted with Julio, kind of opportunity, why not beat Dallas Goedert consuming a lot of these catches? You know, as an outsider, Sean, I do think the offense is at its best when it's using Dallas Goedert and A.J. Brown. And so perhaps Dallas Goedert can get involved here. Great matchup against this Bucks team, and only projected to get 7.8% ownership. So Dallas Goedert, 4,800.
Yeah, and relatively cheap as well. I mean, David Njoku. I think you're reckless if you're not playing David Njoku in your DFS lineup this week. Reckless.
So I could
Dallas Goedert. I like.
You know what? I'll build an alternate version of this, but keep going.
No, I mean David Njoku. Like the all the Browns do now is throw the football, and David Njoku's a huge part of that. Like he's just been racking up yards, catches, touchdowns in the Joe Flacco era. I mean, do you not remember that first half against the Jets game? What if that happens on Saturday? Are you going to be so mad that you don't have David Njoku?
You are going to be mad.
He's gonna have like 90% ownership. I don't care. It should be 100. Although I do like my boy DG, Dallas Goedert. Ryan, what is his projected ownership? It's got to be through the roof. I mean, they're a real square McGillicuddy if you're not playing.
Ferguson 30%, Njoku 25%, Schultz 20%, Kelsey 12%, Otten 11%, Higbee 10%, Goddard 8%.
Ooh, yeah, nice.
All right, so continuing on the game stack with the Eagles, Flex did not have money for Mike Evans, but as some popular fantasy sites have pointed out, Godwin has really been getting a lot of work recently, and it all stems back to an Instagram post from his wife. Certainly, if I was the Eagles, I'd want to take Mike Evans away before I took Godwin away. I like this matchup, and like I said, I couldn't afford to get in here with Evans, so flipping it around, taking the less popular guy, Chris Godwin. Let's go. And like I said, I think the rain isn't going to be happening during the game. So. Yeah,
it does seem like, to your point, maybe it has shifted a little bit.
Hopefully the quarterbacks are healthy enough to throw the football.
Jalen Hurts got a full practice in,
I
right? If you're wondering.
I saw that.
Baker Mayfield, did he? It was half question. I know he was a non-participant.
Baker doesn't need
Thursday.
to practice to play, Sean.
All right. My flex spot, I know everyone in this Browns-Texans game is going to be thinking Nico, which I like, Amari Cooper. I think if I'm the Texans, if I'm D'Amico Ryans, I'm saying we're not letting Amari Cooper beat us. We're doing everything we can to shut down Amari Cooper, which I think creates opportunities for David and Noki and Elijah Moore.
All right, so I brought that up in the beginning. That was how I was thinking about it.
Yeah, Elijah Moore, $4,000. He has the Jets narrative with Joe Flacco there. He missed the game because he had a concussion. They brought him back. He essentially rested last week. They had him play a few plays just to shake the rust off, get the cobwebs out of the old brain. No CTE there.
No.
I think at 4,000 against this Houston defense, as an option that may pop as they're looking to get other guys involved, maybe I just got to feel like Houston does everything they can to shut down Amari Cooper. You don't want to be embarrassed by the same guy that destroyed you the first time.
It's a good take. I don't know. I don't know which one they take away. I don't know which. The Cooper stuff can happen on fewer opportunities, I guess would be the argument.
Right, but Cooper obviously more expensive, more ownership.
Okay, so if you wanted to play the same lineup I just gave out, but you wanted to do a double bring back with so C.J. Stroud, Singletary, Collins with Cooper and Njoku on the way back, Sean, Keeping Josh Reynolds in there, all I changed was no Dallas Goedert because Njoku's my second bring back. And I doubled up on the Packers with a Jaden Reed instead of Chris Godwin. So my alternate lineup, if you're interested, Stroud, Singletary, Collins, Cooper, and Njoku on the bring back. Aaron Jones, Jaden Reed stacked with the Green Bay defense, full onslaught, suck it, Cowboys. And then a standalone Josh Reynolds because we know he's going to score 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
So I just gave out 2 lineups. You want to build a Flacco lineup too?
Yeah. Real quick. Did you what was your defense in this lineup?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we didn't get to it yet, but Packers. I kind of alluded to it earlier. Cheapest defense on the board, going against Dak Prescott. Do I have to say more?
Yeah, I like it. I went, you're going up against a guy who's probably going to be in a scuba suit. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs at home, 2,900. I mean, Tua has definitely shown a propensity for some turnovers. That Chiefs pass rush gets going. The running backs are banged up for Miami. It could be crazy. $2,900. Love it for the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, Ryan, let's give out a bonus lineup, a group lineup on Joe Flacco. Before we do that, though, shout out to Underdog Fantasy. If you haven't signed up for Underdog Fantasy, fire off on those playoff best ball drafts. So fun. You still have a little bit of time to get in. Use the promo code SGPN. Deposit $100. You get a free $100. Underdog Fantasy. I'm sure we'll be tweeting out some pick'ems for Saturday, giving out more pick'ems on Sunday morning on the pregame show. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. And, of course, Hall of Fame bets. You're doing all this research. You're putting in the time. You're grinding in the lab. Right, we got to get some of those lab science safety glasses for when we're getting in the lab. Get some lab coats.
Maybe
some beakers.
Oh yeah, we need a beaker.
Go full scientific research. But you're putting in time on these bets. You can save a bunch of time. I can't tell you how many times manually I have my cell phone calculator, and half the time I hit the wrong button, and then I'm just go, fuck it, it's probably close. You don't want to do that. Let Hall of Fame bets do all the calculations. Download the app. Use the promo code SGPN. 50% off your first month. HOFBets.com. Highly recommend them. All right, Kramer.
I already pre-built some of it.
Okay.
Joe Flacco, David Njoku, Amari Cooper.
Hold on. Let me go. Joe Flacco. Do we want to do I don't like the double bring back.
What do you mean?
Or double stack.
You don't want to Why are you playing Joe Flacco if you're not double stacked?
All right. Joe Flacco.
You want to go Ford and Njoku?
No, we can play Amari Cooper and David Njoku. You look at all the people who've won these Millie Makers, no one's double stacking.
So who are you single stacking?
David Njoku. But if you
want
to put Cooper in there,
let's do it.
You want to put Cooper in there.
Are we bringing it back?
Oh, yeah. That I don't mind.
Singletary or Collins?
Oh. Singletary. Why don't we do Singletary?
Right.
Mix it up a little bit.
And then also, I love your Chiefs defensive take. So let's do Pacheco Chiefs defense.
Okay. So we're not playing Amari Cooper, right?
We don't have him in right now.
Okay.
We have 23,300. We need 3 receivers and a flex.
Can I put Donovan Peoples-Jones in this lineup as the cute $3,000 play?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to stack him with Kupp? Do you want to stack him with Puka?
I mean, I like Kupp. To me, it's a slam dunk. I mean, what Puka's price? What is Puka's price?
He's cheaper. He'll gain more. He'll get more ownership. Let's go Kupp.
Okay.
DPJ and Kupp.
Like it. Now we have 12,800 to build a really nice stack in one of these other games. Do we go? We could go Eagles Bucks. We could go. We could play one of the cold weather games. What are you thinking, Ryan? And feel free to chime in the chat. YouTube.com/SportsGamblingPodcast.
Smash!
Well, what does it look like if we put Mike Evans in here?
Looks like a lineup I'm not playing.
All right, so we're not stacking the Eagles game.
We could.
No,
but it would be 2 Eagles.
No, you
stacked.
don't want to play an Eagle. That's fine.
Come on. Why are you putting me in this pretzel?
What do you mean? All right, so we haven't done anything from the Steelers-Bills game. Do we want to get cute in there with a? It doesn't seem like we should be taking a receiver in that game. Do we want to add another? You know what? We could go 2 Lions and 2 Rams.
Okay, or we could. What about I feel like we talked about it maybe on the prop show, but Jaden Reed, 5,700.
I just gave him out.
Okay.
He's in my DFS. He's in my alternate DFS line.
Oh, I missed you. You rattled it off so fast, Ryan.
I mean, if we did, we have a lot of money left still. We have 7,100 if we do that. We could still put Cooper.
We could do Jaden Reed and Amari Cooper.
Yes.
Oh,
Standalone Jaden Reed against the Cowboys.
Yeah, this is a pretty sweet lineup.
All right, I'm hitting save.
Okay.
So it's Flacco, Pacheco, Singletary, Kupp, DPJ, Jaden Reed, Njoku, Amari Cooper, and Chiefs defense.
No, I actually love this lineup.
All right.
Great work, Ryan. Electric.
The DPJ is the Millie Maker, right? He's the Millie Maker.
Oh,
DPJ.
Yeah. 100%.
Donovan Peoples-Jones, if you don't know ball like we do.
Yeah. DPJ.
No big deal. Big deal if you don't know
I feel like just in case, I'll rattle off my original lineup. Hurts, obviously, Aaron Jones, Jalen Warren, Cooper Kupp, Nico Collins, Julio Jones, David Njoku, Elijah Moore, Chiefs defense. Kramer, do you want to rattle off yours?
I was rapidly building or finishing a Stafford build.
Don't hit submit. Don't hit submit, Ryan. We'll get flagged.
No. I'm in the mode where I'm just building lineups. All right. C.J. Stroud, Aaron Jones, Devin Singletary, Nico Collins, Amari Cooper, Chris Godwin, Dallas Goedert, Josh Reynolds, Packers D. If you want the alternate version, you go C.J. Stroud, Aaron Jones, Devin Singletary, Nico Collins, Amari Cooper, Josh Reynolds, and then you slot in Njoku for the double bring back and Jaden Reed for the onslaught Packers.
All right, let's build a Stafford lineup since you mentioned it.
All right,
Stafford, and we got to put Kupp in there.
Stafford, Kupp, Higbee.
Ooh, like it. Higbee's questionable. I haven't heard much about him.
We could also go Laporta here. We want to get wet.
Or do we go Brock Wright?
No, that's very
Why?
Cute. That's very cute.
We need is easy in the chat.
That's very cute. All right, so give me the Lion bring back. We haven't done a Amon-Ra St. Brown. We could go Jahmyr Gibbs.
Ooh. Yeah, I actually kind of like David Montgomery better.
Really?
But,
or do we want to do one of our cheap bringbacks, Josh Reynolds or DPJ?
Maybe this is a Reynolds one. All right, yeah, put Reynolds in there. Do we want to do Higbee?
We don't have to do Higbee. You want to do a single?
Yeah.
All right. Running back, would you want to talk James Cook?
Ooh, we haven't talked to him much.
Because James Cook pairs nicely with the Bills' defense.
Okay. All right. James Cook, 6,600.
Running back 2. I'm fine continuing to eat chalk here. We could go with a Brown. We could go with a Texan. We could go Kyron Williams for a double stack against the Lions. I don't think he's going to be super popular.
DeAndre Swift is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 138 yards.
No one's playing
and
him.
0 ownership.
But I would be very interested to stack him in this game with maybe a Cade Otton.
Okay, I'll allow Cade Otton.
Really? Holy shit.
No.
All right. All right, we have
he's our single.
16,100. We need a wide receiver, a tight end, and a flex. We could do a Kupp Puka double.
Yeah, I don't know. I some reason that's not talking to me.
So are we going back to the Njoku well? Do we play?
Yeah, right. I mean, I love Njoku.
No one's gonna play. Is Kelsey gonna be popular? Kelsey's not gonna be popular this week. I know it's gonna be cold as shit. Any interest in that?
You know what? I also like Rashee Rice. I don't have him in any lineup so far.
All right.
Are you open to Rashee Rice?
Let's play Rashee Rice.
Okay.
Standalone.
6,600.
Standalone.
Yeah. And then tight end flex. Maybe we do.
You want to go double tight end?
Oh, all right.
I think it fits perfectly.
Double tight end meaning.
Oh, we don't have enough.
Njoku?
We'd have to come off the Bills' defense. Njoku and Schultz.
Oh shit!
We have 3,900. We could play Julio. Cedric Wilson. Ooh, Cedric Wilson. You want to stack Cedric Wilson and Rashee Rice?
No, not really.
You don't ever want to have fun. This is
Cedric Wilson.
We could drop DeMarcus Robinson in as the second stack for Stafford. He's going to be chalky, but how many of those lineups will have Stafford
so Njoku and Robinson?
Yeah.
All right. This is fun. I could do this literally for 9 hours.
Matt Stafford, James Cook, DeAndre Swift, Cooper Kupp, Josh Reynolds, Rashee Rice, David Njoku, Demarcus Robinson, and Bills defense. And I'm only playing in the 6-game slate just to protest this crap.
Well, Ryan, we're going to have to figure something out because
Next weekend, give me a 4-game slate.
Well, our flight back got canceled, so we're gonna have to figure something out.
Oh, whoa. That's right. We're not going to land before the game start?
My wife loves when I text her stuff for her to do. Here's
a PDF on how to set my All right, so I have like 12 lineups. I'm going to need you to go in and late swap out anyone with I got a couple guys out, so if you could this is I'm
just going to get a what the WTF back.
Next season, my goal is teach one of my daughters how to play DFS.
Oh, that's the gift that keeps on giving. Super fun show as always. Shout out to the chat. Again, catch up to the whole week of podcasts. We got a ton. We got college basketball picks on top of a jam-packed super wild card weekend. And so many picks, podcasts given out. Of course, get in on the free SGPN Playoff Challenge, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NFL Playoff. And, get in on Underdog Fantasy. We will be doing the pregame show Sunday, 9 a.m., and postgame show, recapping the first 5 game Monday night props on that episode as well. And, tune into the VSiN show, 9 o'clock Pacific, midnight East, VSiN.com or YouTube TV. Get in over there.
I think the move is, Sean, after the show tonight, we just we convince Derek to borrow one of the cars and go over to Arizona. It's only like 25 minutes away.
If there's anyone that would totally be down, it is a true DJ like Derek Stevens, who just loves action.
Just put it out there, Derek. Can we take these drinks into the we can hang in the limo and drive to Arizona real quick? We get some lottery tickets. We'll fire off some DFS lineups.
Get some. Head over to DraftKings. Get some same game parlays. I think if there's probably like a certain time window where Derek has enough cocktails in him that he may be down for this. So stay tuned. If we do play the slot machine, maybe Ryan and I make another run as the Detroit Lions. Stay tuned to that over on X at Gambling Podcast.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Playing as the Texans for sure this weekend.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
Playoffs.
Kramer. Let it ride.